In the email that I sent you, there's a copy of this world that we worked on last class called Zeus No Fill. And it has Zeus in it, and there's no philosopher test in it in place. And as you may remember, when we play this world and we click on anything, Zeus sends a lightning bolt at it or tries. And if he sends one at himself, or we click on Zeus himself, the program then fails. And so we need to put in some checking to make sure that he can only shoot at philosophers. And the way we did that is we drew a flow chart of the different methods and what methods call what methods on the whiteboard to determine where the best place would be to put this check. And we determined that the best place to put it would be in shoot bolt. And we would put this section here into an if statement, and we will only execute this code if the object chosen, and this is object who here, if the object chosen is a philosopher. So the first thing we're going to do is write a function to determine if an object is a philosopher. So we'll click function, and this is a world level function because we have many objects here that we're dealing with, so we cannot make it an object level function, but it has to be a world level function. So create a new function. The function is a Boolean type function, meaning it will return a 1 or a 0 to the line of code that called it. And the name we'll give it is philosopher. And it's going to answer a question: is the object that was clicked on a philosopher or not? So now we have our basic code for the function, which just says return true. What we want to do is we want to test the object that, we need to give it a parameter. So create a parameter. It is an object type parameter, and the parameter is called possible fill. It is possibly a philosopher, and we want to find out if it is or not. So we'll start off with an if then else statement. Put that up where it said do nothing. If true, then drag down into true, drag possible fill into true. So then we get this box here which says possible fill equal equal. If possible fill equal Plato, the entire Plato. But we wanted more than just Plato. We have 4 philosophers. We want to test for each one. We're going to drag either A or B or both on top. Possible fill equals Plato, and once again true. And where true is here now, we're going to drag possible philosopher onto that. And we will pick a different philosopher and just pick them in order that they are given to you in the pick list, and that way you won't have to worry about missing one or doubling up on one. Okay, now we've got Plato or Socrates, and now we're going to drag over another either A or B or both tile, and we'll drop that on top of Socrates, and we'll pick true, and then we'll drag possible philosopher down, drop it on true again, and equal equal. We have Plato and Socrates. This time we'll pick Euripides, the entire Euripides, and then once again get the either A or B or both tile and drop it on Euripides and true. And this time where it says true, we'll go, whoops, I don't want to do that. I want to drag the possible philosopher where it says true, and equal equal, and we got Plato, Socrates, Euripides, and come down to Homer, the entire Homer. Okay, so if the object clicked on is any one of those 4, we want to return true, so we'll drag a return tile up here and change none to true. In the else clause, very important that you remember to do this or this function will not work. Put return false. This line of code down here, which Alice will not let me remove, will never execute. True is returned if one of the four philosophers is clicked on. False is returned if anything else is clicked on. Now that our function is ready, let's go back to our methods and edit shoot bolt. And we want to put everything here in an if statement. So drag an if then else statement up to here. If true. And if it's true, we want to drag this code block that was there first into where it says do nothing. So if true, then do all the things it was originally doing. But what do we want to do? Well, how do we determine if true? Well, we want to go to click on true and then go to expressions, then go to is philosopher, and then drag this tile that says object who down into possible philosopher. So now it says if world.isPhilosopher possible fill equals who, meaning if the thing clicked on was a philosopher, then we are going to prepare to shoot at him and shoot at him. Click play to see if it worked. And we'll try clicking on the pond. Nothing happens. Click on the cloud behind Zeus. Nothing. The cloud Zeus is standing on. The cloud in front of Zeus. A pillar. All these things, nothing happens. Click on a philosopher. And Zeus turns and zaps the philosopher. Another one. Now remember, we coded each one of these separately, so we have to test each one separately. And all the philosophers do get zapped when I click them, and if I click them twice, nothing happens, which is what is supposed to happen. Okay, that all worked, and that is it for this part of the homework.